Hey everyone, I've got a friend's truck I just installed, what is it, 30% nozzle and 190 injector plunger I had machined out, and what else I did, turbo and everything. It's a bunch of stuff I had on my Instagram page. I'll have some other part of the video in this video as well, or clips in this video of me building, putting everything together, doing all the work to it, did head gaskets, things like that. Whenever I first got it started, the thing cranked for a long time, would hit, and then crank and hit, and made pressure, oil pressure. I know I had fuel pressure, and once I finally got it running, cylinder number three mainly, number two, it would sit there and idle fine, and then you'd hit the accelerator pedal, and those two would kind of drop out, and three would definitely drop out and run rough for a while and then smooth out. I'm learning how to get the calibration right. I'm gonna try to learn how to do that myself. I really want to learn how to do that, just for my own truck also. So now I knew I needed to go back into injector number 3. Figure out what's wrong. I suspect that it's a spool valve. I suspect that number 2 spool valve is bad. I got these injectors out of, they were cores out of another truck that was having trouble misfiring. I figured I'd check the spool valves. I mean, I have really no way to test them yet, but whenever I had the injector apart, I slid them back and forth, put oil on them. They felt pretty smooth. A couple were so weren't the greatest, so I sanded them up. Felt pretty good. Possibly I have an issue. Maybe I had an issue whenever I put the injectors together. Maybe I missed something, or maybe I made a mistake. So right now I'm trying to get the truck started just to move up to my shop to pull those injectors, but now I'm chasing an issue of a no start. And so maybe you guys are experiencing similar things, or the truck was running good, started running rough, and then now you're having an issue similar. The only code I'm seeing is a 2291 oil pressure. Just from cranking for a long period of time, you can get that sometimes, even if you have good oil pressure. I really am not getting any codes that tell me anything. So right now I'm going to crank on it, kind of show you what the data is I'm seeing, let you hear the engine. It'll crank and hiccup and try to catch, and then finally click, 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 try to get going, and you let off the key and it just stops. So it's running, but it's only running because the starter's spinning it. So I'll show you data and let you hear it, and then I'll get the injectors pulled out and we'll start checking some stuff. Oh, now it decides to run. But at least you'll be able to see our ICP is kind of high, but with it rough. IPR is at 40. Let's see what our power balance is. Yeah, it's all over the place. You can see definitely number 3 here, right in the center. What I suspect, it's over fueling, because it was doing that. And see, this is what it did to me when I first got the truck started. See, number 2 is down, number 4 is down. Number 4 could be down because number 3 is so high. It could be throwing off the readings. You can get, if say we had a misfire, number 3 was actually down here, was actually below 60%. It was just dead, wasn't doing anything. And I'll try to simulate it here in a little bit. Sometimes the same cylinder, or the opposite cylinder on the other side of the engine, will actually be weak as well, because that one cylinder is not contributing. So we have 1, 3, 5, and 7 on the passenger side, 2, 4, 6, 8 on the driver's side. So you have number 1 that's down. Say it's number 1 is dead. It may take number 2 down, or it could make it weak, or it would take the next one in the firing order, which off the top of my head I can't remember. So you can see it's smoothing up. Number 3 is not happy. Number 2, number 4, I probably need to. Number 2, you can see is dropping out. Number 4 as well. I need to go take a look at those. I'm getting into the yellow where the power balance doesn't work. When it goes yellow, when it goes red, I think there's normally a red, now yellow, the power balance doesn't pick up that great. So anything under about 2 grand, the power balance is very accurate in what it's telling you. Yeah, you can see number 3 keeps going high. So we're gonna figure that out. Number 2, number 6. I bet you I have spool valves. Because of the injectors that I got, the core injectors I got, I knew what vehicle they came out of, and it was kind of rough. So I may take the spool valves from the injectors that came out of this truck and put them in this, and we'll see. Okay, whenever I get back, once I get this truck up to the shop, I'll get the camera out. You guys can see me pull them out, and then we'll get started figuring out what went wrong with the injectors. Hopefully this helps you. Okay, this looks like a familiar area. Got the injector out. Looks clean. Fresh oil on it. I don't see anything wrong with it. O-ring at the top looks good. Terminals look good. take it apart. Well, one thing I noticed, possibly something I did, I can, without even holding this Torx bit, I can loosen that nut. At first I felt it was tugging, but I don't have to do it. So let's see what I did wrong. Right now I'm just, any of that Loctite down there, it's left over, I'm just cracking it out of there. Now it's moving, but it's got that solenoid kind of stuck on it. Now it's free. Not really. It's stuck on the other solenoid. Let's get that off there and take a look. Maybe. It's a little bit of Loctite. Man, that spool valve works smooth. But the injector's still warm. Warm to the touch, because I had the engine running for a little bit. I think I got engine and coolant temp got up to like 140, 150. So I may leave that in there and see what it looks like to cool down. Because that's where I think I have my issue. Because once it starts and runs, this side, this injector, this number 3, was over fueling. And what I figured out is if it's over fueling, the spike goes high. If it's not fueling enough, the spike goes low on the Ford IDS power balance. Okay, what I've decided I'm going to do is do exactly what I was doing earlier. Use the sandpaper on the inside of this spool valve housing. I'll sand this one up some. I'm pretty sure my problem was the Loctite. I was thinking about it last night. This is next day actually. From when I was disassembling the injector. I thought about it overnight. I think my problem was the Loctite. And this is something to think about. I assembled these injectors and then oiled them, wrapped them up in a bag, and set them aside. And I bet they sat for 5 months or more. So what I think happened was the Loctite then leaked down or ran down in and got in the between the spool valve and the coil. I think that's what happened, because everything I'm seeing here is in great shape. And from the way the truck runs, it acts like I have a high pressure oil leak at times. I'm making pressure, but it's not actuating properly. So we'll see what happens. So I want to do as minimal as possible. That way when I put it back in, I know what fixed it. Now you all don't, obviously you all need to make it one shot. I'm taking a shot in the dark, but to try to learn more, and then I can share that with you guys. Number 3 is still over fueling.